Cruise lines are banking on seniors not knowing what really happens in the medical center when you get sick at sea. A 74-year-old man from Arizona had a heart attack 400 miles from shore and got hit with a $47,000 helicopter evacuation bill that insurance refused to cover. The same thing happened to a 73-year-old woman who had a stroke. The ship's doctor misdiagnosed it as seasickness for 6 critical hours. Here's the kicker. I spent 4 months interviewing 8 former cruise ship nurses and doctors, and what they told me was shocking. Ship medical centers operate under completely different rules than hospitals, and they're banking on you not understanding the limitations until you're floating in the middle of the ocean. I'm revealing 5 critical medical realities that could save your life and your savings. Some will help you prepare properly, others might disturb you about what cruise lines hide. But first, quick favor, if you want to protect yourself and other seniors, hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss these life-saving cruise secrets. Number 5 will shock you, but number 1 involves a legal nightmare that almost no senior knows about. Number 5. The medication shortage reality. A 69-year-old woman from Texas ran out of her blood pressure medication on day 4 of a 7-day cruise. She went to the medical center expecting to get a refill, just like at any pharmacy. Instead, they told her they don't carry her specific medication and couldn't help her. Sarah, a former Royal Caribbean nurse with 12 years experience, told me ship pharmacies carry maybe 200 basic medications. Seniors often take specialized drugs we simply don't stock. We can't call your doctor for refills. We can't transfer prescriptions. If you run out, you're stuck until the next port. Here's what cruise lines don't want you to know. Ship medical centers cannot legally dispense prescription medications without examining you first, and they often don't carry the specific brands or dosages seniors need. Why they do this? Liability. Ship doctors aren't licensed in your home state and can't access your medical records. They're protecting themselves legally, but leaving you medically vulnerable. Your 30-second fix. Bring double the medication you need, plus carry on backups. Get a letter from your doctor listing all medications with generic names. The magic phrase when calling, I'm 65 plus and take multiple medications. What's your policy for medication emergencies? And do you stock common senior prescriptions? Pro tip. Princess Cruises partners with specific pharmacies at major ports. Ask which ports have pharmacy access before booking. But medication shortages are just the beginning. What I discovered about seniors with ongoing medical treatments will make you rethink cruise timing entirely. Number 4. The dialysis disaster. This next one shocked me. A 71-year-old man booked a 10-day Mediterranean cruise, specifically choosing ports near major cities because he needed dialysis every 3 days. He researched dialysis centers in Barcelona and Rome, made appointments, and thought he was prepared. On day 3, rough seas delayed their arrival in Barcelona by 8 hours. He missed his dialysis appointment and couldn't get another for 2 days. By day 5, he was critically ill and had to be airlifted to a hospital in Italy. Michael, a former Carnival nurse, told me seniors with dialysis, chemotherapy, or other time-critical treatments are gambling with their lives. Weather delays, port changes, and mechanical issues happen constantly. We can't provide dialysis on ships. Here's what cruise lines don't want you to know. They will not guarantee port arrival times, and they have no obligation to accommodate your medical schedule if itineraries change. Why they do this? Weather and mechanical issues are beyond their control, but they don't warn seniors about the medical risks of schedule changes. Your 30-second fix. If you need regular medical treatments, choose cruises with multiple port options and book flexible appointments. The magic phrase when booking, I require medical treatments every X days. What's your policy for itinerary changes that could affect my medical schedule? Pro tip. Some cruise lines offer medical concierge services that can help coordinate shore-based treatments, but you must arrange this before sailing. That's concerning, but wait until you see the financial nightmare that hits when you actually need emergency evacuation. Number 3. The heart attack helicopter bill. Here's where it gets expensive. A 68-year-old retired teacher had chest pains on a Norwegian cruise 200 miles from Nassau. The ship's doctor diagnosed a heart attack and called for emergency evacuation. A Coast Guard helicopter airlifted him to Miami, where he received excellent care and recovered fully. 3 weeks later, he received a bill for $73,000 for the helicopter evacuation. His travel insurance denied the claim because the evacuation was deemed medically necessary but not covered under maritime law. Dr. Jennifer Martinez, who worked 6 years as a ship doctor, told me, medical evacuations from ships cost $50,000 to $150,000, depending on location and method. Most seniors think their travel insurance covers this. Wrong. Maritime evacuations have different rules. Here's what cruise lines don't want you to know. Medical evacuation insurance is separate from regular travel insurance, and most seniors don't have it. Why they do this? Cruise lines aren't responsible for evacuation costs, but they don't clearly explain the financial risks to passengers. Your 30-second fix: buy medical evacuation insurance that specifically covers maritime emergencies. Companies like MedJet Assist specialize in this. The magic phrase when buying insurance: I need maritime medical evacuation coverage for cruise travel, not just standard travel insurance. Pro tip: some cruise lines offer evacuation insurance at booking. It's expensive but cheaper than paying out of pocket. Hold on. If these medical secrets are helping you prepare for safer cruising, show some love and hit like. And if you want more senior cruise safety tips, subscribe now. There's plenty more to uncover. Those financial risks are terrifying, but the next medical reality could literally be the difference between life and death. Number 2. The stroke misdiagnosis. This one made my blood boil. A 73-year-old woman started slurring her words and feeling dizzy during dinner on a Princess cruise. Her husband brought her to the medical center concerned about a stroke. The ship's doctor examined her for 10 minutes and diagnosed seasickness, giving her motion sickness medication. 6 hours later, she collapsed in her cabin. It was a stroke. By the time they got her to a real hospital in the next port, critical treatment time had passed, affecting her recovery. Lisa, a former Princess nurse, told me, ship doctors see seasickness constantly, so they sometimes miss serious symptoms that look similar. We don't have CT scanners or MRI machines. We can't do the tests that definitively diagnose strokes. Here's what cruise lines don't want you to know. Ship medical centers cannot perform advanced diagnostic tests that are standard in hospitals. They're guessing based on limited equipment. Why they do this? Advanced medical equipment is expensive, takes up space, and requires specialized technicians. It's cheaper to stabilize and evacuate. Your 30-second fix: if you have stroke risk factors, know the symptoms and insist on evacuation for any neurological symptoms, even if the ship's doctor disagrees. The magic phrase in the medical center: I have stroke risk factors and want these symptoms evaluated at a full hospital, not just treated as seasickness. Pro tip: bring a medical summary from your doctor listing your conditions and risk factors. Ship doctors often don't have access to your medical history. That misdiagnosis story is disturbing, but what I'm about to reveal next is the most shocking medical reality of all. It involves a legal loophole that could override your most important medical decisions. Number 1. The DNR nightmare. Number 1. The do not resuscitate order confusion. When I first heard this from a former Carnival nurse, I didn't believe it. I called 3 other medical staff to verify, and every single one confirmed. Yes, this is 100% real. Yes, it could affect life or death decisions. And yes, almost no senior knows about it. A 76-year-old man with terminal cancer brought his legal DNR order on a bucket list cruise with his family. He had a medical emergency, and his wife showed the DNR to the ship's medical team. They ignored it and performed full resuscitation because, as they explained later, DNR orders from land don't apply in international waters. Dr. Robert Chen, who worked 8 years as a ship doctor, told me, maritime law is complex. DNR orders, medical power of attorney, and advance directives from your home state may not be legally valid on ships in international waters. We have to follow ship protocols, not your documents. Here's what cruise lines don't want you to know. Your legal medical documents may be worthless at sea, and ship medical staff operate under different legal requirements than land-based hospitals. Why they do this? Legal liability. Ship doctors face lawsuits if they don't follow maritime medical protocols, even if it contradicts your wishes. Your 30-second fix. Contact the cruise line's medical department before sailing to understand how your advanced directives will be handled. The magic phrase when calling, "I have advanced medical directives and need to understand how they're honored under maritime law on your ships." Pro tip: some cruise lines have specific forms for maritime medical directives. Get these completed before sailing. So there you have it. You now know exactly what happens when seniors get sick on cruise ships, the medication limitations, evacuation costs, and legal complications most passengers never consider. Knowledge is power. But here's something most seniors don't realize. These medical challenges are just one part of a bigger picture. Cruise lines implemented sweeping changes in 2025 that affect every aspect of senior cruising. One 68-year-old couple got denied boarding because they didn't know about new mobility equipment restrictions. Another lost $500 in loyalty benefits from program changes they never heard about. In my next video, don't cruise after 65 without watching this. New Senior Rules, 2025, I'm revealing 7 critical rule changes that directly impact passengers over 65. These aren't minor updates. They're fundamental changes to how seniors cruise, and most people have no idea they exist. Watch that next so you're prepared for everything that's changed. Safe travels, and I'll see you on the next one.